Vishaya vinivartante niraharsa dehinaha rasavarjam rasopyasya param dhristva nivartate. Vishaya, objects for sense enjoyment, vinivartante, are practiced to be refined from. Niraharasya, by negative restriction. Dehina, of the embodied. Rasavarjam, giving up the taste. Rasa, sense of enjoyment. Api, although there is. Asya, is. Param, far superior things. Dristva, by experiencing. Nivartate, he ceases from. Though the embodied soul, translation purport by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense object remains. But ceasing such by ceasing such engagements, by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Please repeat. Though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense object remains. But ceasing such engagements, by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Purport. Unless one is transcendentally situated, it is not possible to cease from sense enjoyment. The process of restriction from sense enjoyment by rules and regulations is something like restricting a diseased person from a certain type of eatables. The patient, however, neither likes such restrictions nor loses his taste for eatables. Similarly, sense restriction by some spiritual process like Astanga Yoga in the matter of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, etc. is recommended for less intelligent persons who have no better knowledge. But one who has tasted the beauty of the Supreme Lord Krishna in the course of his advancement in Krishna consciousness no longer has taste for dead material things. Therefore, restrictions are there for less intelligent neophytes in the spiritual advancement of life. Such restrictions are only good until one actually has a taste for Krishna consciousness. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses his taste for pale things. So, today's verse, Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha raso varjam rasopyasya param dristva nivartate. Though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense object remains, but ceasing such enjoyment by experiencing higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. So everybody is, the word called rasa. Rasa means it's like a taste, mellow. Everyone is searching for some kind of taste in life, right? Even the pig, he's feeling a lot of taste eating the stool. You see, the pig is enjoying eating the stool, right? So how come he's getting happiness eating stool? Because he's having some taste eating the stool. So, but we human beings, we see the pig enjoying the stool, we are feeling disgusted, right? Similarly, we are also trying to enjoy this Vishaya, sense enjoyment. We are trying our best to squeeze as much enjoyment as possible in our daily life, right? Everybody wants to be happy. Am I right? Everybody wants to enjoy. Nobody wants to feel sadness. Even we come to temple, why? Many people not coming also, but those little people who are coming, they are here because we are telling Krishna, please help me enjoy and remove my suffering. So this is the motive that we want to enjoy. Problem is, we do not know where to seek the enjoyment. It's not wrong to enjoy. Enjoyment is good, right? But problem is, we are searching enjoyment in objects which will give us pain in the end. Example, now it is important to eat healthy food. Everybody has to eat something to survive. So you can eat nice healthy food, vegetarian food, or you can eat garbage, junk food. Junk food is very easy to make. One Maggi instant noodles. Very quickly you can make, within 5 minutes. You can eat nicely, enjoy. But if you every day you eat Maggi noodles, you know what will happen? You see your whole body will be rotten. But if you put the effort to cook a nice meal, our mothers, they cook very nice home cooked food. Most of you all have left from India. You're not eating your mother's cooking also, right? But you can remember how the food is difference between that food, which is cooked by the mother, very healthy food, and of course offered to the Lord as prasadam. Then you can see it takes time and effort. Now the Matajis, they are preparing the feast, Sunday love feast. What time they started cooking? 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock? 3:30. How many hours to prepare? And then you have to, when you eat is only 20 minutes, very fast. So anything good that you want to get in life requires the effort. But now we must first understand what is that good thing. What is the highest thing? Because yes, you want to enjoy, you want happiness. But how to get that highest happiness? That we do not know. And because we do not know, we are engaging in so many sinful activities. You see? And when we do sinful activities, what will happen? We have to again suffer the reactions of that activity. So this is very dangerous. Example, let's say if you go and eat meat, very nice to eat, it tastes nice. But in the end, what will happen? Next life, you have to again take birth as that animal to be punished for killing. So we must do our activities in line with sadhu, guru, sastra. The sastra is the guide. What should be done, what should not be done. So Krishna says, you want to eat, yes, you eat, you offer the prasadam to me, and then you enjoy. You'll be happy. So now the point is, everyone is searching for something, right? We were talking about this point. So actually today I want to come to the point of talking about the story of Garuda. Because in this story of Garuda, everybody knows Garuda, right? Garuda, the carrier of the Lord. In this story of Garuda, this point is mentioned very clearly. This higher taste. Krishna, the verse he says here, by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. We have to achieve the higher taste. Unless we achieve the higher taste, we will be trapped in the lower taste. Now, before I get to the story, I'll just cover one point, very important point. Now, everything that we do in life, it's a means to an end. You know what this means? Means to an end. Do you know what that means? That means we do something to achieve something else. Now, when we are young, our parents, they go to the school, study, get education. But is education the end goal of life? No, right? So education is a means to achieve the end of getting a job. Is job also an end of the goal of life? Is it the purpose of life to get a job? No, right? Anybody feel like this is the purpose of my life, to work day and night? Nobody. The way when the Saturday, Sunday comes, you're so happy. You don't want to go to office, right? So it's not the goal of life. It is a means. So okay, now the means of studying is to get a job. The means of getting a job is to get what? Money. Is money the goal of life? No. Yes, you get a lot of money. You can do many things. But what are you going to do with the money? When you get the money, you think that now if I have money, I will get happiness. So what is the end goal? End goal is happiness. I want a good wife, right? I want a good house. I want a good bank balance. I want a good status in society. All this is to make me feel happy. Correct. But what if you come to that means everybody can agree on one point, that everyone wants that ultimate goal, which is happiness. Happiness is the ultimate goal. Am I right? You may do a business, or you may do a work, or you may do whatever to get your money. But end goal is you got the money, is fine. Right? You may go to the kitchen, you may mess up the kitchen, but end of the day, the food that you cook is nice, it's nice. Right? So similarly, when you come, so this is all called temporary purpose. What is this called? To get a job, to get money, all these are called temporary purpose. But ultimate purpose is what? Ultimate purpose is to get happiness. Correct? Am I right? All the things we do is leading towards that end goal. So when you come to ultimate purpose, how to know what is this is the ultimate purpose? Two things. Number one, it is not a means to something. That means this ultimate purpose is not a means to something greater. Number two, that ultimate purpose by itself does not depend on anything else. You understand? So once you achieve this ultimate end, you don't need anything else to make you happy. Is there such a thing? Because right now, if I buy a house, I get a 5-room house, whatever, 4-room house, I'm feeling happy for a while. After that, I want to get a bigger house. I want to get a condo. That means it is not making me happy. And then after condo, I want to get a bungalow, landed property. After landed property, I want 10 properties. Like this, we keep going and going and going. Where's the ultimate end now? Where is the ultimate end you're going to find happiness? That is when you come to the point of spiritual life. Because you're not going to find happiness in the material things. There was a man in the Bahamas, he was a boatman. He was driving the boat across the river, across the sea. And then one day what happened, businessman came. So he was driving the boat, going across. The businessman said, so you're just having one boat? Yes. He said, why not you put more effort, buy another boat? You have 2 people working for you, right? After you work, 2 people working, you get more money now. Then the man said, okay, fine. If I get two boats, then what? What is next? After you get 2 boats, you get 4 boats. Okay, nice. What is next? After 4 boats, you have an entire fleet of boats. You start a company. You have all over, not only in Bahamas, all over the Caribbean, you do transportation business. He said, okay, after I get that, what is next? One big company I have now. So then after that, you take the money, you put your company, you list it in the stock market, let people invest in your business, become very big. He said, okay, what next then? After that, what you do, you take the money and put in the fixed deposit and you just invest all the money nicely. You'll be happy. He said, okay, then after that, what next? After you do all these things, you retire, you come and relax in the Bahamas. They said, but I'm doing this now. No? Whatever you're asking me to do, one big round, I'm really happy now. I'm happy with one boat. I'm very enjoying. I'm not worried about anything else. You asking me to go one big round just to come to the point of getting happiness. Exactly what we are doing. When we grow up, when we born, parents will say, you must become a lawyer or a doctor. Why? You must become like this, you must become like, you must do this, you must do that, you must get married, get children, after old age you'll be happy. You think you'll be happy. So the thing is, we do not understand that happiness is not outside. You understand? It is inside. There's a sloka actually about the deer. That was the deer musk. The 7th canto. Hold on. So you see this verse, I'll show you. Yes, jalam tadubhaveshanam hitvagyo jalakamyaya mriga trishnam upadhavet tatan yatra driksvatah. So you see this verse. Just as a deer, because of ignorance, cannot see the water within the well covered by grass. Oh no, not this one. Oh yeah, this is the one. But runs after water elsewhere. The living entity covered by material body does not see that happiness within himself, but runs after happiness in the material world. See? So the deer, he cannot see there's a water. He's searching for water, but it's covered by grass only. So the happiness is within you. The happiness comes when you connect to Krishna. That is the higher taste. Because when you attain Krishna, everything is there within. You see, when Dhruva Maharaj, he was meditating on Vishnu to get a kingdom greater than his grandfather. Then when he saw the Lord, he says, there's nothing greater than this. I don't want anything else. So basically, we have to come to this end point. This is the end goal, to get attraction of Krishna. Until then, we will always feel empty. In every attempt to get something, and then after getting it, you will feel empty only. then you think, okay, why do I feel empty? Let me go to the next goal. What is the next goal? What is the next goal? But you do not know that the goal, the highest goal, is coming to the lotus feet of Krishna. So you see here, Dhruva Maharaj is saying, O Lord, O Supreme Lord, you are the supreme personified form of all benediction. Therefore, one who abides in your devotional service with no other desire, worshipping your lotus feet, is better than becoming a king and lording it over a kingdom. It is better to be a devotee of Krishna than even to be a king. You think the king is very happy, but actually the king is feeling very stressed because he's the servant of everyone. The king has to serve the people. Of course, now all the kings, they are looting the people. So that benediction, that is the benediction of worshipping a lotus feet. To ignorant devotees like me who are you are the causelessly merciful maintainer, just like a cow who takes care of a newly born calf, supplying milk, giving it protection. So he's saying that after I got your protection, you know how the mother cow will take care of the baby cow, right? Like that, the Lord takes care of us. So Dhruva Maharaj is saying, after achieving you, there's nothing else greater. Why should I achieve anything else? That's why you see the difference between Arjuna and Duryodhana. Krishna says, either you choose me or my army. Who do you choose, Arjuna? Arjuna says, I choose you. Because Arjuna understood, if Krishna is there, yatra yogeshwarat Krishna yatra partha dhanurdhara. Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir Durva Nitir Matir Mama. Where is Krishna? There is all opulence, all victory. When Krishna is there, Lakshmi is there. We are all going after Lakshmi, right? But if you have Madhava, the husband of the goddess of fortune, when you have Krishna, Lakshmi Devi is also there providing everything. So Arjuna understood that I have attained Krishna, that is all. If Krishna don't fight, also never mind. If he is there with me in the battlefield, I will definitely win. In the end, who won the battlefield of Kurukshetra? The Pandavas, right? So pure devotee understand that there's no other goal greater than Krishna. So now we will come to the point to explain this very clearly in the story of Garuda. So actually it's quite a long story, so you need to pay attention. There's a lot of things happening in the story. So Garuda, he was born to his mother's name is Vinata. So Vinata and Kadru, they are the daughters of Daksha. Both of them were born to Daksha, and they were married to Kashyapa Muni. Kashyapa, right? Kashyapa has many wives. One also Aditi and Diti. From Aditi comes the Devatas. All the Devatas that you see are from Aditi. All the demons coming from Diti. From Vinata comes all the birds. So that time when the universe was just started by Lord Brahma, there was no species. So all these Prajapatis are in charge of bringing forth the population, different species of life. So he had another two daughters, Kadru and Vinata. Kadru is brownish in color, right? So she was married to Kashyapa, and Vinata means someone who's very humble. He's a very humble person, very good-hearted person. So both of them were married to the Kashyapa, and one day they were asking for children, progeny. So Kashyapa said, "What children you want?" So Kadru said, "I want 1,000 sons. 1,000 sons who are snakes." So that is the start of the snake population. I want sons who are snakes, thousands of them, 1,000 of them. Then she said, okay. Then he asked to Vinata, what do you want? She said, I want sons. I don't want 1,000. Too many to take care. One also very difficult. So give me just 2 sons. But these 2 sons should be even more powerful than the 1,000 sons in strength. He said, okay, I'll give you. So he gave them the blessings, and he impregnated them. And he said that you must understand one thing, the child will not born quickly. Because it's my tapasya, the seed that comes from me is very powerful. So you need to keep in their womb for a long time. You're not going to be 9 months, 10 months, no. So like that they were pregnant, they were waiting and waiting and waiting. Both of them. One day after 500 years, Kadru gave birth to 1,000 eggs. So because snakes, right? So 1,000 eggs were born. And then she had to wait for it to hatch. Whereas Vinata gave birth to 2 eggs. So both of them were very much every day looking at the eggs, seeing when the child will come. One day, so basically, wait, before I continue the story, I just want to let you know this story is from the Mahabharata. Ashtika Parva, Adi Parva, Ashtika, the Ashtika Parva. So this is the very beginning of Mahabharata, even before the story of the Pandavas and all. In the introduction, the first Adi Parva mentioned. So now 2 eggs, 1,000 eggs. They're waiting and waiting. One day, after a long time, the 1,000 eggs started to hatch, and 1,000 snakes came out. And Kadru was very happy that her sons have arrived. Whereas Vinata was still depressed because here one of them became a mother, and here she has not experienced being a mother yet. So she's thinking when my child will come. Became very impatient, And the other person is very happy, taking care of the children, everything. And what happened one day, Vinata was very impatient. She went to the egg, one of the egg, and she started to crack the egg. So actually, what we can understand from this is like, don't try to judge your life based on others. Sometimes we see our friend have so many things coming in their life, and then we are still haven't come to that point. And then we are feeling many times in life, we are comparing with others only. It's not that I'm happy or I'm not unhappy. I'm unhappy because other guy is more happier than me now. I want to be same level as him. You see? Like you see Dhruva Maharaj. He was unhappy he couldn't sit on the lap of his father, right? So what he did? He said, I want a kingdom greater than my father. Because he want to show off to his brother and his mother and his stepmother. Dhruva Maharaj's stepmother said that you cannot sit on your father's lap unless you die and you take birth in my womb. So he was very hurt by this word. And he went to meditate on Vishnu to get a kingdom greater than even his father, greater than even his grandfather Brahma. So the benediction he wanted was just in comparison to what he's having the competition. Right? He could have asked anything. But he was asking something because he was related to the stress he was feeling from the brother. Right? So similarly, Vinata, she was feeling stress now. I don't have a child. My child hasn't come out. How come the other child is here? Let me do something. She started to crack the egg now. Okay. So when she cracked the egg, suddenly the egg opened and the child was inside fully red, very, very angry, very hot. His name is Aruna. Aruna is red in color. Right? If you go to Jagannath Puri, you'll see before you enter the temple, you'll see Aruna Stamba. When you go inside temple, Garuda Stamba. So Aruna and Garuda, they are brothers. So Aruna was born. Actually, he was not meant to be born. He had another 500 years to go. Because you ask for a child who is more powerful than the 1,000 snakes. Obviously, you have to wait longer, right? If you want something good in life, you have to wait. You have to be patient. You cannot just expect, I already done my effort, that's it. Now I want to see the result. It's not going to happen like that. So Vinata being impatient, right? And then the child came out. The child was so angry because the child was not fully developed now. Half the body was there, another half is not there. Immediately the child cursed the mother. He said, because of your impatience, you make me suffer now. You want to compete with your sister. And now who's the one suffering? Me. So you see, when we are impatient in life, when we don't wait, when we want to compete with others, we rush into it. And then after who will suffer? Right? So Aruna said, I will curse you, my mother, I curse you that you will have to suffer. How you will suffer? You will become a maid servant to your sister for 500 years. You have to become a servant of Kadru now. And she was even more, already she's stressed. Now the child cursed her somehow. So then Vinata said, Vinata was very, very sad, very remorseful. She told her son, I'm so sorry I did this to you. Please forgive me. Tell me how I can come out of this curse. How can I get out of this curse now? So the brothers, the Aruna said, don't worry. Who will save you? My brother will come and save you. But don't break the egg. Wait for him to come. So she said, okay. And then he flew away. He disappeared. Aruna disappeared. So now what happened next? Vinata was very stressed now. She's thinking now, what is going to happen to me? I'm going to become a slave of my sister. Every day she's thinking about this. You see, what happens is the more you think about a problem, you will manifest the problem in front of you now. Nobody needs to create the problem for you. You create the problem in your mind and you make it happen yourself. Understand? So like that, every day she's thinking what to do, how to escape this, how to escape this. Kadru is just going by her life. But Kadru at the same time was thinking, I'm very tired. I have to take care of 1,000 children. This lady got nothing to do. She's just looking at that one egg she broke already. One more egg is there. She's just looking every day. What kind of nonsense is this? Better she become my servant. So Kadru is also planning how to make her my servant. So one day what happened? Both of them went to bathe in the river, the lake. And then while they were bathing, there is this horse, Ucheshrava. You know the horse which came from the churning of the milk ocean? Samudra Manthan. Kurma avatar, you know, the demons and demigods were churning the ocean and many things came out from the ocean, right? One of the things that came out was Ucheshrava. So why they were churning? They wanted to get the Amrita. The demons and demigod wanted to get Amrita to become immortal. And Vishnu was helping them. So there are many things actually came out. Do you know what came out from the churning, from the milk ocean? The Ucheshrava horse, white color horse came out. What else? Lakshmi Devi also came from there. Airavata. The poison came out. Dhanvantri came out. Kalpa Vriksha. Right? Parijata. So like that, many things came out. Varuni, the alcohol, all these things came out. The demons took all these things. Vishnu told the Devatas, you wait, you be patient, don't take anything, just wait for the Amrita to come out. Right? Kaustuba, you know, the Kaustuba gem, Vishnu is having a gem, also came out from there. So like that, many things came out. So this Ucheshrava, even Surabhi also came from there. So Apsara, Urvasi, I think, right? One Apsara also came. So like that, the Ucheshrava house was flying across when they were bathing. So Vinata saw, look at that, look, such a beautiful, lightning, beautiful horse flying across the sky. Did you see that? Then Kadru was looking, where is it? They saw the horse flying. Then Kadru said, what color is the horse? Vinata said, it's white in color. See, look how bright and shining the horse is. Look at the tail. So suddenly Vinata had an idea. You know, I'm supposed to become her slave. Why not I make her my slave now? She told, okay, why not we have a bet? Why not we have a wager between us? We bet. Do you want to bet what is the color of the horse tail? So Vinata said, the horse tail is white color. What do you say the color is? And Kadru immediately said, think in her mind and said, the horse tail is black color. So Vinata understood, no, it's white only. She said, okay, we'll bet this. Tomorrow we'll see the horse tail. If it's black, I'm your servant. If it's white, you are my servant now. So she thought that, okay, I already achieved. So I don't need to be her servant because I know it's white anyway. And so now tomorrow the horse will come. We will see the white tail. I'll make her my servant. Of course, she's not a bad-hearted person. She just want to escape the curse. But the point is, she brought herself. She don't even say these things. She brought the misery on herself now. So next day, you know what happened? So Vinata was very cunning. She went to her sons, the snake. She said, okay, I need all your help. I have one service for you all. I want you all to go to the horse, cover the tail with your body. Because the snake is black color, right? So you all cover yourself. Then tomorrow the horse will fly, the tail will be black color now. So many of the sons said, no, we cannot do this. It's wrong. How we can cheat? She's your sister, why you want to enslave her now? We cannot do this. Then after that, she was very angry with her sons. She said, I curse all of you all. Since you all don't listen to me, I curse you that you all will be killed in the yagya of Janamejaya. You know Parikshit Maharaj, right? Takshaka will kill Parikshit Maharaj. Takshaka will burn his body. So Janamejaya, the son of Parikshit, creates a big Sarpa Yagya to kill all the snakes. So now why the Sarpa Yagya happened? Because now the mother cursed the sons. All of you all have to die now. Because you don't listen to me. So the same mother who brought them, the same mother is cursing them now. So many of the snakes were very sad now. Oh, we are going to die now. But some of the snakes say, okay, mother, we will listen to you. Don't curse us. We'll do it. So they went to the Ucheshrava house. They covered the tail nicely. Next day, they went to bathe again. This time again, the horse came flying. Then they saw that the tail was black. And again, Vinata was shocked. How did this become black? Totally, she was heartbroken. Then Kadru said, "Now you are my servant. Okay, now you start your work. Go." So she got cheated. So the point is, she. This is the thing. You should not be bothered about anything. Don't be. Why you have to be stressed? Krishna is there. We just leave it to the Lord for protection. None of the, you see, the cowherd boys of Vrindavan, they were not even scared. Agasura was opening his mouth. They know it's a snake. Actually, they saw Agasura. First, they thought it's a cave. After that, they saw, no, this is a snake only. But why we have to be scared? Krishna is there. Krishna will protect us. No need to worry any problem. You think you meditate on the problem, you know what will happen? You will create the problem now. You just meditate on the Krishna. He's the goal. You meditate on the goal, the problem is solved. You see. So just like how Vimal Prabhu, he caught in Jagannath Puri, he caught the pickpocket. You know, all the many devotees went to Puri during Radha Yatra this year. About 10 devotees, I think, 8 devotees. So there was a Vimal Prabhu saw a pickpocket. She was taking the phone, stealing the phone. I think Madhav Prabhu lost his phone also. Right? So Vimal Prabhu did not focus on the phone. You know, because what they do is they take the phone, they immediately pass it to another person. He was just focusing on the person catching the phone. And immediately he caught the lady and took back. Yeah. So you should not focus on the problem. Focus on the source of the problem. Of course, don't focus on the source. Focus on Krishna. Everything comes from Krishna only, you know. Even a devotee sees that a problem coming from is another feature of Krishna. There's no such thing as problem. Kunti Devi said she didn't even feel there's a problem. Because Krishna, whenever I remember the problem, Krishna I'm remembering. So what is the problem then? Right. So now what happened? She has to wake up every day, Mangalarti, Brahma Murta time, and start to do her household chores for Kadru. Every day working so hard, and she was totally very tired. Day and night serving her like a servant. And then same time she will go to the egg now. Same time she goes to the egg to see whether the other child will come out, when he's going to come out, when he's going to come out. Actually, but before that, there was another point I missed. The rishis were asking Brahma, how come the mother cursed? How did the mother curse their own children, the snakes, to die? Right. So you must understand everything is arranged by the plan of the Lord. Because if there is too many snakes population is too much, people will be bitten. Everybody will be getting poisoned. So Krishna also arranges all these things that, okay, there should be a Sarva Yagya, they should die, all this. So we should not be worried. Something difficult happened in our life. We should not be worried. We should just think this is the plan of Krishna. There's something greater I can't see now. Just surrender to him and it will be seen in time. Just take shelter of his holy name. Hare Krishna mantra you chant. Don't worry. So now coming back to the story. She was doing house, and then one day she went to the egg and she was very impatient again. She started to crack the egg a bit. And then immediately she said, no, I shouldn't do this. If I get cursed one more time. She said, no, I'm not doing this. She went back. Another scenario happens now. Meanwhile, what happens? Kasyapa Rishi, father of Garuda and Aruna, the husband of Kadru and Vinata, he was doing a yagya. And to do a yagya, all the devatas are coming, all the rishis are coming to attend the yagya now. So there was some rishis called the Valakiyas. Valakiyas, they're very small. They are just as small as the thumb. Very small. So they are walking also to the yagya. And you know, when you go to the yagya, everybody should bring something. Some present you should bring. So they wanted to do something. They wanted to bring something. So they were all carrying the firewood. 7 of them were carrying the firewood. The firewood is very small, but because they're very small, they're carrying and struggling and walking. Same time, Indra is coming. Indra is coming, Airavata. He saw, what is this joker? He's so small. This is ridiculous. Firstly, you're so small. Secondly, you're struggling to carry the wood as if the fire sacrifice doesn't have wood. What is this nonsense? Indra was making fun. He has no respect for the rishis. This is the problem of Indra. You get too much proud. You get all the power, all the wealth, all the fame. You start to make fun of the devotees. The Valakiyas were hearing all this, and they were walking, struggling, and then there was a puddle of water. For us, it's a small puddle of water we can cross very easily. Because they were so small, they fell and slipped into the puddle now. And Indra started to laugh. He was laughing in Airavata, and he said, Joe, look at these jokers, clowns. And then the 7 of them got very angry. They said, okay, we are not going to attend the yagya now. We will start our yagya now. And then the 7 of them sit down one circle. They started fire. And they said, now we will create someone who will destroy Indra's pride, who will defeat Indra. This guy, he thinks he's Indra. We will create a Pakshindra, a bird who will come and destroy this and teach him a lesson. Immediately when they were doing the yagya, the power of the yagya, the mantras, the curse to Indra, immediately went to the egg now. And it went into the egg, and the egg started to vibrate now. And suddenly the egg opened, and there comes Garuda. And he was so huge. His wings are as big as mountains, The size of Garuda was humongous. In fact, if you look at Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Praladascha smidhaityanam kala kalayatam aham mrighanam cha mrigayendroham vinatascha pakshinam. So you see the word vinatascha pakshinam. Krishna says, among the deity or demons, I am the devoted Prahlad. Among the subduer of time, I am the beast. I am the lion. And among the birds, I am Garuda. So Garuda was born, and he was so powerful. In fact, he said Garuda is called Stotra. He is the personification of Vedas. Just by the flapping of the wings, all the Vedas is being sung. Garuda Bhagavan Stotras Chandra Moya Prabhu Dakshatu Ashesha Krichebhyo Shonamabhi. So you see this verse. You see this verse. Garuda Bhagavan Stotra Stobas Chandamaya Prabhu Rakshat Sesha Krichebhyo Vishwakshena Swanamabhi. Lord Garuda, the carrier of Vishnu, is the most worshipable Lord, for he is as powerful as the Supreme Lord himself. He is known as Stotra. Because when the Vedas, Vedesa Sarve Raham Eva Vedyam, the goal of Vedas is to know Krishna, right? But many times when you read the Vedas, you cannot understand at all. Very difficult to understand the Vedas and what is the goal of Vedas. But here, Garuda, the carrier of the Lord, he is carrying Vishnu. And he is coming to you and he is saying, you wanted to know the Vedas? Here is the purpose of Vedas, my Lord Master Vishnu. He is sitting here. Look at him. Take darshan of him. Surrender unto him. So the Vedas is very hard to achieve. But if you come to Garuda, he is bringing you the meaning and purpose of Vedas. So you see, he is personified Vedas and he is worshipped by selected verses. May he protect us from all dangerous condition. May Lord Vishwakshena, personality of Godhead, also protect us from all dangers by his holy name. So like that, Garuda is coming, and when he flapped his wings, all the Vedic mantras were being, the four, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, Yajur Veda, everything is coming from his body only. So like that, Garuda was born. And actually he was so big, so huge. The Devatas came and asked him, can you please reduce your size? Too big. So like that, Garuda came and immediately he went to his mother, Vinata, and he offered his obeisances. Mother, I am here. I'm here to serve you. Please tell me what to do. So then mother did not reveal to him, actually, I'm a slave to your sister. Mother said, never mind, you just follow me. She did not try to tell the son that I'm actually enslaved by your own auntie. He did not tell at first. So what happened after that? Garuda saw that the sun became very, very, very hot. Why it became hot? Because the sun got very angry. Because after the Samutra Manthan Leela, Rahu always comes and eats the sun and moon. So sun said, I was there. The moon and the sun, we told that Rahu took the Amrita. Mohini avatar came and cut the head, right? But why only we are to be blamed? All the other devatas are also involved. Why they are not? Rahu is not attacking them. Why attacking me only? So sun decided to become so hot. The heat was so hot that it was burning the earth also. So Garuda was thinking what to do. Immediately he went there. He got his brother, his brother Aruna, right? He took Aruna and said, now you block the sun. You become the chariot driver of the sun. So that is how the Aruna became employed in the service of riding the chariot of the sun. And he is actually stopping the heat, too much heat from coming. And so in the morning when the sun is rising, we call it Arunodaya. First we get Arunodaya. then we get Suryodaya. In fact, it is said, Tam nirvyajam bhajaguna nide pavanam pavananam shraddha rajan matirati. It is said there's one sloka which this sloka says that just we don't need when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, just a little bit slight chanting. When the morning sun Arunodaya happens, little bit light is there, everything can be seen, right? You don't need the sun completely at the top meridian. Even the early morning sun, the 7 o'clock, little bit sunlight is enough to get away darkness. Similarly, when you start chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, without offenses, namabhas, right? Namaparad, you must come out of Namaparad, you must come to Namabhas. At least chanting without offenses, that little bit slight chanting will destroy all sinful reactions. Pavanam pavananam. So so just like Arunodaya, the example is given. The chanting of the holy name will give you liberation, simply without offenses. Then after the next stage comes, which is prema. Suddhanam. So like that, so he put his brother as the working for the son. So like government servant. The son is represented by government, right? He got government job now. So Aruna was working like that. So mother was happy. So again, Garuda came back now. Then what happened? Kadru told Vinata, the population of the snakes is a lot. Too many snakes now. I want you to help us, and your son is very powerful. We can see that. Carry all my children on his back. Go to the one island is there. There is one island, empty island. You bring us there now. So Garuda again carried all the 1,000 children. Kadru was carried by Vinata on her shoulder. They were going. Then they came to the island. Everything settled down. Then that time Garuda started to ask his mother, "What is going on? Why you are working like a slave for my auntie? Why we have to always tell whatever they want to do, we have to do for them? Why like this?" Then she told about the curse. Then he started to think, how can I help my mother now? How can I remove her from the curse? He said, okay, don't worry, mother. I will talk to her and I will talk to the snakes and see what can be done. So he went and had a deal. He went and talked to them and he said, I want my mother to be free. Can you all tell me what I can do for you? Then the snakes were saying, okay, let us discuss and we'll come back to you. So they went to the mother and told, this is happening. He says he will do anything for us. So what shall we do? Mother said, it's so easy it's so nice to get a free servant like my sister to help me in all this work. So I don't want to let her go. So the bird says, no. So actually, wait, before that, you must understand when the transportation was taking place, Garuda was carrying all the snakes to the island, right? He flew very high up in the sky, as near to the sun. And the heat of the sun was killing the snakes. Then the mother got very worried seeing the suns. They are all burning to death now. She immediately prayed to Indra to send rain. So Indra protected the snakes. So now the snakes are telling the mother, you must understand, he is so powerful. He can do something we cannot even do. He can go so near to the sun and fly. Why not let him do something and use his power? Rather than just keeping your sister as a slave, ask him to do something which will get something greater. This is like we were talking about Vishaya Vinivartante. What is the higher taste? So Vinata said, Kadru said, that's a good idea actually. Why not ask him to go to the heavenly planet and take the Amrita? Because the Amrita is there. When we drink the Amrita, we will become immortal. And also all the snakes who were cursed to be killed, they also agreed because they want to drink the Amrita, so they won't be killed in the fire. Right. So they came to tell Garuda, okay, we have a mission for you. Go to heavenly planet. Bring the Amrita. We will let your mother free. He said, okay, I will go. So immediately Garuda went to his mother and he took her blessing. And mother said, yes. In fact, if you go to the Ayodhya Kanda of Ramayana, there's a sloka. Yan mangalam suparnasya vinata akalpayat pura amritam partayasnasya tatte bhavatu mangalam. This is a verse spoken by Kausalya to Rama. Kausalya is saying, may the auspicious blessing that Vinata once invoked for Suparna, Garuda. Suparna is another name of Garuda. When he was seeking nectar of immortality, be yours as always. Just like how Vinata blessed the son Garuda to go and find the nectar. Kausalya and Ramayana also is saying, I bless you. Be victorious like Garuda. See? So Garuda is very victorious. Immediately he said, okay, mother, thank you for your blessing. I will go. But I feel very hungry. What to do? Because he has to travel very far. No? Now we are going on an India pilgrimage trip. We have to plan so much about food. If not, you are traveling so long distance from Dwaraka to Jaipur now. We are going to travel. We have to plan all the food that is needed, right? So Garuda also needs food for the journey now. So mother told him, you go to the Nishada. There's a place called Nishada. There's a big tribe of Nishadas. Nishadas are very sinful people. He said, you can eat them. So you might wonder how come Garuda is eating meat. He can. We cannot. Because we are not a bird. We are a human being. And if Garuda eats anyone, a fish or snake, it is not a sin. In fact, whatever he eats, right, is getting a liberation. If you see this loka. One who is not a great controller should never imitate the behavior of ruling personalities, even mentally. If out of foolishness an ordinary person does imitate such behavior, he will simply destroy himself, just as a person who is not Rudra would destroy himself if he tried to drink the ocean of poison. People like to say, Lord Shiva, he's smoking ganja, I also can smoke. Why not you also drink the poison then? Cannot, no? So we cannot imitate Garuda. He's a big, huge bird. He's not sin. We should not eat. We should eat only patram pushpam palam toyam, what Krishna has given. So Garuda went to this Nishada place and he started to eat all the people, the sinful people there. And his mother told him, don't eat the Brahmanas. Then he said, how I know who is Brahmana? He said, if somebody who's pious, you eat them, they cannot go inside your mouth. Their throat will burn. And some people actually had to spit out also because they were burning his throat. So if you are doing good, see, Bhagavad Gita says, the Bhagavad Gita says, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Partha Neva Namutra Vinasas Tasya Vidyate, Nahi Kalyana Kritkasti Durgatim Tata Gachati. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. So if you do good, you cannot be overcome by evil. So even though Garuda was trying to eat Jai Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan, even Garuda was trying to eat the Brahmanas, because he didn't know who is Brahmana. He's just going, swooping down and eating like that. They cannot be swallowed. Because if you have done some, so alpam apiyasya dharmasya, a little bit dharma, so you have done Krishna consciousness, you are not going to get any problem. Even the greatest problem you will come out of it. So like that, after eating all the sinful people, the Nishada people, Garuda came to his mother. And then, he came to his father now. He was flying. He's still feeling hungry now. Somehow he saw his father for the first time, Kasyapa Rishi. In the Gandha Madan, there's a place called Gandha Madan. And Kasyapa Rishi said, my dear son, how are you doing? Then he told the story of how the mother is being imprisoned by Kadru. And now he's going on a mission to get Amrita. Right? So the father says, he told his father, my dear father, I'm actually feeling very hungry still after eating all this Nishadas. The father says, okay, I'll give you one idea. Opposite there is a big lake. There is one huge elephant and huge tortoise. They are fighting each other. Go and eat them. So this tortoise and elephant, you know who they are? They are the rishis, Brahmins. They were enemies from previous life. They were Brahmins, but they wanted the father's wealth and they're fighting with each other for the wealth. This is my wealth. My father's wealth. This is my wealth. You must give to me. Fighting until they died. Now they're born as elephant and tortoise, giant elephant, giant tortoise, and they're fighting each other still. So whatever enmity, that's why we say, don't have enmity. Somebody do wrong to you, also forget it. Let it be. Krishna will take care. No need to worry. Because if you try to go and fight against your enemy, then you are creating a new reaction to take birth next life to fight them again. Right? So you just take it as, okay, something bad happened to me. Okay, I'm meant to suffer. Leave it. Close the case. No need to go and argue again and fight again and start another. So these two people are fighting now as elephant and tortoise. And Garuda came and he immediately swooped them with his claws, picked them up. Still they are fighting. In the claws also, they are arguing, no, it's my wealth, it's my wealth. So Garuda is going. He's thinking where to go now, how to eat them. So he saw a huge tree, banyan tree. He landed on the branch. When he landed on the branch, right, he was so heavy, the branch started to break now. When the branch broke, the Valakiyas, those rishis who were walking, the small rishis, they were hanging on the tree and upside down and meditating. And then the branch started to fall. Then he saw that they are also going to fall down now. So immediately he was holding these two creatures with his mouth. He catch the branch and he's flying around, and he's struggling where to go now, what to do. And then he came back to his father, and his father saw the boy was struggling. And the father started to pray to the rishis, please let go of the branch, let him put down the branch, let him eat the food and bless him, because you only blessed him to fight with Indra, right? So he did that. So the Valakiyas disappeared. Garuda ate nicely, and after eating them, they are inside. While they are going inside the throat, also they are fighting each other. Non-stop fight until they get digested. Prabhupada told one story. These two people are fighting. Prabhupada told there are two people. One guy was saying this item is cut by a knife. Another guy said this item is cut by scissors. So the guy who's using knife, he's very strong. He said, no, you must agree that the item is cut by knife only. The other guy said, no, scissors. He said, I will kill you. He took the guy, he put him into the river. He said, I'll drown you now. If you don't tell knife, I'll drown you. He said, no, scissors. And then he drowned him. And then he was floating in the water, drowning, and he's doing like this. Scissors. Why Prabhupada told that story, Because the scientists, they don't believe in God. Until they die also, there is no God. No God. Until you're being killed in the form of death, which is a form of God only. Krishna says, if you don't believe me, I will come as death. Mrityu sarvaharashchaham. And you're still saying, no God. Jesus. Like that, these two guys inside Garuda mouth, they are dying also. And then finally Garuda was satisfied. He flew towards heavenly planet now. Now Devatas all understood something happening. He is so huge, and he came in such a speed. All the Devatas fell down. They were all dizzy now. They don't know what's going on. They started fighting each other. That's how powerful he is. He's not a lightweight person. Not even one Devata can fight with him. After that, everybody was confused and then he went into because the Amrita is guarded by 5 layers. It's like a game. You have to play a game, right? So Garuda now had to play a game. So the first layer, one demigod came. I forgot the demigod name. Garuda just gave him one slap, finish. Fall down. After that, Indra saw this is what is going to happen. Indra came now. Indra came to fight with him. Another slap he gave. Indra just couldn't do anything, fell down. And Indra was shocked. Who's this guy? Came and slapped me like that. I'm the most powerful, most greatest of all Devatas. I'm the king of Devatas. And here, I'm getting slapped by this big bird. And his crown fell down. He was so embarrassed now. And then all the demigods came now, because they cannot let him go to the first layer also. So they asked Vayu to help. Vayu came and blow the wind, and the wind clear all the dust. Because when Garuda was flapping the wing, everywhere dust going. Vayu took away the dust, and all the demigods came and he started hitting them one by one. The Rudras, the Adityas, Ashwini Kumars, the Sadhya Devatas, all of them got beaten up. And then he went, first layer done, second layer he went. Right? What is the second layer? What was the second layer? The last layer is snake. There's a blade. Third layer is the blade. Second layer is fire. Yeah, fire was there, full fire. So what Garuda did, he went to the earth. Again, he expanded his head into 800,000. I think 800,000 or 8,000, I don't know. He took all water in 8,000 or 800,000 mouth. He came back and throw the water with his 8,000 mouths. All fire gone. Went to the next layer. Next layer was blade. Powerful, sharp blade turning around. And he became so tiny and he went through. See how he's intelligent. Every layer he can. So it doesn't mean that everything we have to go like that. We can become small also. We have to become humble also. Sometimes you want to defeat something, you have to be taking a lower position. So third layer gone. Fourth layer was 2 snakes. If you see the snake in the eye, you will die. So Garuda immediately came. He landed in a way that the sand went and touched the eyes of the snake. The snake cannot see anything now. And he cut them into pieces. Tore them into pieces. Right? That is the last layer. Finally, he came to the Amrita, took it, and he went. And when he went, this time suddenly there was a lightning bolt which hit his wing. And who was that? Indra. Indra shoot the Vajrayudha on him. And the Garuda just looked at him and laughed. Actually there's a sloka. You see this sloka. Hurled by the mighty demon with all his strength, the flying trident shone brightly in the sky. The personality of Godhead, however, tore it into pieces, his discus Sudarshana, which had a sharp-edged rim, even as Indra cut off the wing of Garuda. See, the example is given here. So actually in this chapter, I think demon is being killed by Varaha. So similarly, that's how Indra cut off the wing of Garuda. In the purport is given, once upon a time, Garuda, the carrier of the Lord, snatched away nectar poured from the hands of demigods in heaven in order to liberate his mother Vinata from the clutches of stepmother Kadru, the mother of serpents. On learning of this, Indra, the king of heaven, hurled thunderbolt against Garuda with a view to respect the infallibility of Indra's weapon. Because this Vajrayudha is made of the bone of Dadichi Rishi Dadichi. So he wanted to respect the Rishi. So he said, okay, I will drop my wing. Actually, he's not hurt at all. Garuda, though otherwise invincible by the Lord's own mount, dropped one of his wings, which was shattered into pieces by the thunderbolt. The inhabitants of higher planets are so sensible that even in the process of fighting, they observe preliminary rules and regulations of gentleness. So Garuda actually, no need to bother, but he was observing the rules. Okay, never mind, I'll give you a chance. He dropped some part of his wings, but of course he still can fly, no problem. So like that, Indra understood, okay, I cannot do anything to this guy now. He's too powerful. Indra humbled down. Finally, his pride was gone. He humbled down and he said, Garuda, I know you are very powerful. Why you need Amrita? We are very weak. We need Amrita. No? We need to be immortal. But you are so powerful. Why you need this small Amrita? No? Just give back to us. So Indra understood that if you cannot use strength, you have to use Sama Bheda Dana. Let's do some charity. Then Indra said, but he said, I'm not interested in your Amrita. I want to save my mother. I'm going to give this to the snakes. Then Indra said, okay, fine. But do you know that if you give to the snakes, the entire world will be suffer because the snakes will become so powerful. Poison will become even more. They will bite everyone, kill everyone. It's not good for the universe. Garuda said, yes, it's true. What you said is true. So what to do? Then suddenly he had an idea. He said, okay, you know what? I did not promise that I will feed them in the mouth of Amrita. I only promised them to give this container. After I give to them, you somehow take it away. Okay. If you can do that, fine. But I want to save my mother. So now we come to the point of the class. He takes the Amrita. He goes. And you know who was standing in front of him? Hiritaninam kundalinam sankachakragadam Svetotpalakridanakam manahas sparshasmitekshanaha. We see this sloka. Tarunam ramaniyangam. You see that who was standing in front of him after that. Tarunam ramaniyangam arunotekshanandaram pranata sharanam nirnam saranyam karunavaram. So the beautiful Lord. Narada Muni continued, Lord form is always beautiful. Immediately in front of him, when he was exiting the heaven planet, he saw this beautiful person with 4 hands, Sankha Chakra Gadapani. The Lord, the Supreme Lord Vishnu was standing in front of him, and his eyes was Tarunam Ramaniyangam. His whole body, his limbs were so beautiful. Garuda could not take his eyes off. Even though he had a mission, he now had a higher taste, which is seeing the Lord. So the Lord, this is Narada Muni saying, every limb and every part of his body is properly free from defect. His eyes, Arunotekshanam. His eyes, his lips are pinkish like the rising sun. He's always prepared to give shelter to the surrendered soul. And anyone so fortunate as to look upon him feels satisfaction. So Garuda was feeling that satisfaction of heart now. Completely satisfied having darshan of the Lord for the first time in his life. The Lord is always worthy to be the master of surrendered soul, and he is the ocean of mercy. Right? So this is the Lord Saranyam Karunarnavam. He surrendered unto the Lord. Immediately seeing the darshan of the Lord, he came and he bowed down. My Lord, who are you? I think you must be the Supreme Lord Vishnu, Narayana himself. He said, I want to surrender unto you. Please give me shelter. So this is when you come to the Lord, then every other desires are fulfilled. Garuda felt like that. Then Lord says, okay, Garuda, I'm very happy. I'm seeing you're so powerful, so strong. None of the devatas, none of them can stand and fight you. So I want to give you benediction. You tell me what you want. Then Garuda says, if I have seen your darshan, what else do I need? If I ask something from you, it is trying to say that the thing which I get is greater than you. You are the greatest benediction. That's why we saw the verse, Durva Maharaj saying, Kachan Vichinva, Sthana Bhilasi. What was that? CC. Madhya. 22:42. So you see this sloka. Sthana Bhilasi tapase stitoham tvam praptavan deva munindra guyam Kachan Vichinvam api divya ratnam swamin kritosmi vayam na yache. When he was blessed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Durva Maharaj said, oh my Lord, because I was seeking an opulent material position, I was performing severe type of austerities, severe type of penance and austerity. Now I've gotten you, who are very difficult for great demigods, saintly person and kings to attain. I was searching after a piece of glass, but instead I found the most valuable jewel. Therefore I am so satisfied, not wish to ask any benediction from you. Durva Maharaj, after seeing the Lord, saying, I am coming after you for something so small, but you are the valuable jewel in front of me. Right? If you think about the devatas, they were making the mistake because the Lord came in front of them to help them to churn the milk ocean, Amrita, right? They took the Amrita and they're happy. They don't care about the Lord. They say, thank you, Lord, bye. We'll go back to our heaven and enjoy. So the devatas do not understand the real Amrita is Vishnu, Krishna. Garuda understood it. He's holding Amrita. He's not interested in Amrita now. I don't care. I want your shelter, my Lord. The Lord says, so he said, I don't want any benediction from you because if I ask something from you, that means that thing is greater than you. But you are the greatest valuable asset ever. Nothing greater than you. So I'm satisfied. Then Garuda said, you ask me what you want, my Lord. So he's usually Krishna, we are asking Krishna, please give me this, give me that, give me this benediction. But here Garuda is saying, you tell me what you want. What kind of devotee, how great devotee he was. The Lord says, okay, I'll tell you what I want. I want you to be my vehicle. You become my carrier. You carry me. So Garuda said, fine, I will do it. Then suddenly he remembered his goal. He has to help his mother now. How will a vehicle, I'm now your servant, how can I go and do something else? He said, my Lord, you said you want to give me benediction, right? Can I ask that benediction? Because he need to help his mother, no? So he said, okay, I want a benediction. I want to be on top of you also. The Lord was thinking, how you will be on top of me and below me same time. Because he wanted to go and help his mother, right? So the Lord says, okay, you will be on top of me as the flag, the Garuda flag. He said, oh, okay, but how about my mother now? How to help her? He said, don't worry, I'm not asking you to start the job right now itself. You help your mother, you come back. Then he said, okay. He said, go and finish your mission and come back to me. So he flew immediately. He went to the snakes. He said, okay, my dear friends, Amrita is here. But one condition. Indra said, if you want to take something so pure as Amrita, you need to go and bathe first. Take achaman. Purify yourself. After you all bathe finish, you come and take. So this is the time the Amrita was left on a darba grass. No, darba grass they use in the yagya and all this. The darba grass is very auspicious because Dhruva grass is darba, right? I don't know. So this darba grass is very auspicious because it's coming from the body, the hair of Varaha, Lord Varaha. Why is it auspicious? Many times we'll say in Indian they'll say, this is very auspicious. Why auspicious? Because it's connected to the Lord. You do not know that. You only know the ritual, but you do not know the spirit behind the ritual. That's why spirituality is gone. Ritual only is there. So this darba grass was there. Amrita was placed on the darba grass. Now he told all the snakes to go and bathe and come back. So the snakes were very greedy. Immediately all of them started to run because they want to be the first one to take the Amrita. If you are the first one, you get more power, no? You get more quantity. So if they were intelligent, they were very envious with each other. If they were intelligent, they should have said that one batch of you got the Amrita, another batch go and take. They're all running. So demons, they're like that. Demonic people, they will, they will kill themselves by themselves only. You don't need to create any, you don't need to go and fight with them also. So all of them were running to take the shower and come back, and immediately Indra came and stole the Amrita now. And everybody is, oh no, we were thinking we'll get Amrita. Then Garuda says, okay, free my mother. I already given you, right? You cheated us. Garuda, you cheated us. Then another children, you know what they said? They said, no, he didn't cheat us because our mother cheated his mother. Now we are getting cheated. So this is the thing. If you try to cheat someone, eventually the cheating will come back to you. You understand? So the snakes understood, okay, we cannot do anything now. We are meant to get cheated because our mother had cheated his mother. So now his mother is free. And finally he achieved success. Indra took away the Amrita, and some Amrita was fallen into the Darba. The snakes came and licked that one. And because of licking that one, the tongue got cut and they split into two. And Garuda also had some Amrita in his hand. You know what he did? He took the Amrita, eat, and it felt very salty. It doesn't even taste nice. You know why? Because Garuda has attained the higher taste. He said, what is this Amrita these people are searching for? The real Amrita is my Lord Vishnu. He's waiting for me. That's why it is, and the real Amrita is Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dokta Gopalanandana Parthavasta Sudhir Bhokta Duktam Gita Amrita Mahan. So if you think all the Upanishads, imagine Sarva Upanishado Gavo. All the Upanishads are cow, one cow. Imagine. Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dokta Gopalanandana. Krishna is the cowherd boy. Parthavatsa Sudhir Bhokta. Partha is the calf. Krishna is milking the cow, taking the milk, giving the Partha. That is the Bhagavad Gita. Duktam Gita Amritam Mahat. So the real Amrita is not the Amrita in the heavenly planet, the Amrita of Bhagavad Gita. If you can understand the Amrita of Bhagavad Gita, then you have no more birth and death, no more Mrityu. You know? Parthavatsa Sudhir Bhokta. Duktam Gita Amritam Mahat. And all of us who hear the Bhagavad Gita, hear the glories of all the pure devotees, like today we are hearing the glories of Garuda. If you keep hearing this Amrita, you will come out of this material world. And you know what will happen? So we'll end the class here with the final verse. What will happen is, Tadeva Ramyam Ruchiram Navam Navam Tadeva Sasan Manaso Mahotsavam Tadeva Shokarnava Sosanam Nirnam Yaduttama Shloka Yashon Giyate. Those words describing the glories of the all-famous personality Godhead are attractive, relishable, and ever fresh. Indeed, such words are perpetual festival for the mind. Manaso Mahotsavam. And they dry up the ocean of misery. All your misery is gone. Tadeva Sokaranava Soshna Nirnam. So we have to take shelter of the glories of the Lord. How you can be attracted to the Lord. Now Garuda was attracted to the Lord's beauty. But how you can capture the beauty of the Lord? You have to understand his beautiful pastimes. The Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita. You have to read his beautiful words. Then the attraction comes. Then the higher taste. Today's sloka is about higher taste. Higher taste comes. When the higher taste comes, you will be not interested in any other taste. You will get the highest. Itimatva Bhajantimam Buddha Bhava. The Bhava you will get. Samanvita. And when you get that Bhava, you will engage in the service of the Lord. And when you engage in that service, there is nothing else. There is nothing else that is needed. So this is the point of. I can go on, but there's not much time. So this is the class today about the higher taste. So anybody have any questions? I'll end here. Madhvacharya? Yata Yamunacharya. So there's another verse you can see here. Yadavadi Mabacheta Krishna Padhara Gandeyo Nava Nava Rasa See, you get newer and newer tastes. Navarasa dhamni udyatam rantumasi. Tadavadi bata nari sangame smaryamane. Bhavati mukha vikara sushtu nishti vanam. Since my mind has been engaged in the service of lotus feet of Lord Krishna, I have been enjoying ever new transcendental humor. Whenever I think of sex life with women, my face at once turns from it and I spit at the thought. So even the most highest pleasure of the material world, you're not interested. Because you have now the Amrita. So like that, now Garuda went back and he became a servant of the Lord, became the carrier of the Lord. And if you can meditate on the form of Garuda and Lord Vishnu, you won't come back to the material world. You know, there's no more birth and death. I think Mukunda Mala is there, no? What is that verse in Mukunda Mala? Something about Rakshash. So I can't find that verse. So it's okay. But I'll just show one last verse. Oh, here there is no MM. Yeah, there is no Mukunda Mala here. So anyway, we'll stop the class here. There's no questions. So please take this seriously. And in order to get the Amrita, please chant the holy name of Krishna every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. We have the chanting beats. Please buy the beats and chant daily, at least one round a day, and keep increasing. So now we'll have a last arati followed by Prashadam. Jai Garuda Sriman Bhagavad Gita. Jai Shri Prabhupada.